Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. So today we get to take a look at the 2025 BMW 230i. This model is finished off in Alpine White with an MSRP just over $48,000. We have a few packages, including the M Sport package. So we have a pretty well equipped 230. So we'll start off with what this is powered by. Underneath the hood, you will find the 2-liter twin power turbo inline 4-cylinder. This is paired to the 8-speed automatic. And this pumps out 255 horsepower, 295 pound-feet of torque. That power is sent through the rear wheels, propelling this 3,500-pound coupe from 0 to 60 in the mid 5-second range with a top speed of 155 miles an hour. Now, one of those packages is the M Sport package. It provides it with all the gloss black up front. This also has active grille shutters. There's parking sensors too, dark housing for the LEDs up front, and then some more inlets on both sides there, as well as some nice lines that come down the hood. It gives it a real sporty look for being the entry-level, basically, 2 Series here. This also has gloss black wheels with the blue M Sport brakes. There's a 2-tone design for the side mirrors, which have the turn signal there. There's also a sunroof up top, and then all the window trim is blacked out, and there's some cool lines in that lower side skirt there, giving it a great look. Now there's also the spoiler in the back there, dark housing for the LEDs, there's a backup camera, more gloss black for this diffuser here, as well as the dual exhaust on both sides. And then as we take a look at the cargo space, you can use that button up underneath where you have a good bit of space. Now there's no storage underneath the floor, but you can also fold down the back seats too to get a little bit more space if needed. Makes it very practical for this smaller size. Now this also has the new design for the door handles, so they have that flush look to them. And we are greeted with the cognac color for this interior. Now there's also Harman Kardon, memory seating adjustments, your window and side mirror controls, trunk release down below, and some more storage. And then these seats are automatic with the one manual support for your legs there. And then you can just reach around, and this is how you can move the seat forwards, giving you access into the rear. So at 5'10", as I hop into the back, I'd say I have a decent amount of space. You have some vents in the middle, a little bit of storage here. I do have to duck slightly, but I could go for a ride if I really needed to be in the back. You have the armrest and cup holders. You can fold down this middle seat here. It's not something I would want to do every day, but I could definitely do it if I needed to. And then you can quickly get that seat back into its position. Where now we have the flat bottom design for the steering wheel with the paddle shifters. There's all the cruise control settings. You have volume tuning, Bluetooth and voice commands. You can also go through quite a lot with the digital gauge cluster. So you have all that content, you have a few different layouts, and then you have the head-up display where you can go through a few different settings there. There's headlight controls, one air vent, and then with the infotainment system, you have a lot you can go through. You can get into your Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. You have a lot of driving settings that you can look into. You have your climate adjustments along with your home screen where you have the split design here. And then there's your nav and full screen, music, heated seats, heated steering wheel too. So you can get into those settings as well. Neat trim accent underneath that with some more ambient lighting and vents. There's power and volume and tuning. There's also wireless charging, cup holders, and auxiliaries. You do have shortcuts for this screen, so you don't have to use it as a touchscreen system, which is nice. This model only has the backup camera, so there's parking sensors on the one side. There's drive and sport mode along with park. There's traction control, parking sensors, engine start stop, and you do get 3 different driving modes for this 2 Series. It will change your throttle input as well as the exhaust slightly in sport mode there. Auto hold in the e-brake, storage in the armrest there, as well as in the glove box, and then garage door buttons up top, dome lights, and adjustments for the sunshade and that sunroof. And then there's a good bit of visibility over both shoulders. Let's go ahead and get this out on the road. And we're still in sport mode, second gear. Here we go. And a mild acceleration. I am thoroughly impressed with that acceleration. There's a lot more than what I'm doing today, so for the 4-cylinder, it'll get up and scoot. This is what it's like to be behind the wheel for the all-new 230. Basically, the main changes compared to the previous model, we now have this flat bottom design for the steering wheel. To me, I like that design a lot better. It gives it a little bit more of that sporty feel, but it's also functional in entering and exiting the vehicle. You don't have all the steering wheel in your way. But now that I've driven this, this is a great option to go with. If you want maybe a little bit of that sports car feel, you don't really do performance driving, you're mainly just commuting in this, it's a good option to go with that still gives you a little bit of that fun factor. So being a BMW, you'll still have that. Not quite as much, of course, as the performance models from BMW, but it is nice to see that you do get a little bit of performance with this. It's super comfortable too. It gives you a good bit of space as well. So if you're looking for even more of a practical coupe, you have the back seats if you need them. You can fold down the back seats if you need to put in larger items. And you just have a car or vehicle that you could daily drive and have it as your only vehicle. So it's nice that you have the practicality and just the usability, especially from a smaller car like this. There's no suspension settings or anything, so it has a really nice ride for this fixed suspension. You mainly just have the throttle inputs that you can use by changing the driving modes here. And as far as maneuverability goes, it's a small car, so very easy to turn around. And from Eco, giving it some gas here, you can notice a big difference. So just depending on how you want to drive for the day, you have a couple different options, which is nice. It's also quiet, well refined. It's what you expect from a BMW, but for under 50 grand, you can still get into a BMW and have a very nice vehicle. That's going to wrap it up for the 2025 BMW 230i. Once again, huge shout out to Hendrick BMW Northlake for providing this coupe for me today. Take a look at their website, give this video a huge thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and consider smashing that subscribe button so you can stay up to date with our daily uploads. I will see you all in the next video.